is up? What is up, man? We are back in black in the building. What is going on? Another day, another 10 cents. That's exactly what is going on. Shout out to everybody out there at the Core Plantation. Shout out to Tasha, Shawnee, Erica, 066, Dave from No Compromise. Y'all already know what it is, man. You already know what the fuck is going on. Shit, like, son of a bitch. But anyway, you know, man, okay, there you go. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody out there at the Core Plantation, man, making it do what you need to do to survive. That's what life is about. Oh, shout out to my cousin Mariah too as well. Shout out to my cousin Mariah. Got the Core Plantation just like me. Ain't no joke. This shit's not fun, man. I'm getting tired of this shit too. Nigga need to hurry up with this motherfucking reparations so I can come. I ain't gonna come to work. I'm gonna just be like, hey man, it's been fun, it's been real. Matter of fact, I'm just not even gonna, alright, it's been one. That's it. And the nigga gonna go on to live his life and do what the fuck he needs to do. Shout out to my brother Dave from No Compromise too, man. We had a great conversation on that Spaces, and man, it was just a great thing, man, because we often talk about the Core Plantation and all the shit that go on, all the shit that has been done to us outside and inside the corporate plantation, and all the other bullshit that go on. So, you know, finally it's getting, you know, it's now starting to heat up and be 110 degrees and all this other stuff, which is not a big deal to me. It's very good that it's like that. And the reason why I say it's like that, because as long as it stays at one temperature, we good. But when it goes up and down, all the other shit, I can't fuck with that. But nah, man, shout out to everybody out there, man. We are about to make you do what you do. We're gonna talk about guilty. GHISLAINE Maxwell, guilty. But the bitch only got 20 years. Now, we gonna talk about it today. We gonna have a great conversation. It's gonna be real quick, but we gonna have a great one, and we gonna talk about it today. Hey. Man. The reason why we talking about the GHISLAINE Maxwell thing is because ain't nobody seeming to notice. See, they smart. The dominant society is smart. I'm gonna have y'all fighting over Roe versus Wade and Ho versus Wade, whatever the fuck it is. And we only gonna give her 20 years when she should have went to jail for 60 years. Now, it's so funny how they hit R. Kelly with all these RICO charges. And, you know, he's trafficking people and all this other stuff. They hit him with all this, but they're not hitting her with the same shit. She should be doing 60 years. Matter of fact, she should do 100 years. You should do 100 years. But this is what goes on when they hit you with the woo-wop. When they distracting you with something, please believe something else is coming down the pike. And the reason why I say that is because I've learned through, as my brother David says, the dominant society they're the masters of confusion. That's what not Dr. Claude Anderson, but that's what Neely Fuller Jr. teaches. They the masters of this shit. So order out of chaos. So they got everybody out there arguing with each other over Roe v. versus Wade. You ain't gonna never get no justice that you should be getting for what the fuck GHISLAINE Maxwell was doing, along with Epstein, which is probably still alive. He probably just on somebody's island somewhere. All of a sudden you took your life. That's another thing too. Dominant society, they good for going into victim mode real quick. Go read that book, White Fragility. I'm like, god damn, these niggas will go into victim mode so quick. You don't even have a chance. You don't even have a chance to explain yourself. You could be like, hey man, I don't think you should do that. Oh God, why are you talking to me? They just go into victim mode. You don't even like, hey man, what's wrong with you? You know? And I think we need to wake up. There's an agenda that's being pushed. There's a narrative that they want. Man, when I was watching motherfucking what's that show on? Is it Stars? Oh God. It's the P Valley. I can't even watch it no more. They literally took, first of all, the first season, like I said before, they were just basically talking about the strip club and all that. Okay, cool. Then they got the Moist brother on there. Okay, I can look past that. Because some of the shit he was saying, it was kind of comical. Okay, fine. But they didn't really have him in a whole lot of scenes. But once they realized they got action, you know, these white people will be like, okay, now you need to push this agenda. I mean, it's full throttle. Remember, I told y'all before, if you watch P Valley, there's a sister on there, very beautiful sister. Chocolate Peele, this sister's gorgeous. And she's with this white dude. You say, oh, here we go. But what I like about it is the white dude is physically abusive and verbally abusive. And he's very aggressive. And they normally don't do that to white men. They normally have black men being like that. And as soon as it started getting good, they basically kind of removed that white boy from being aggressive because they didn't want him to be portrayed in that light. So they just basically did it. And what they did was they just, oh my God, it just got to the point where, I just look and I'm like, I can't even watch this, man, because this doesn't even make sense. They just all over the place. They just making shit up as it go. The nigga go on tour, then the nigga get on tour, then the nigga in the, it's like, what are you doing, man? Then you got all this moist shit that don't even need to be in. It's like the new Empire. Empire was dope when it first started. You got the Timberland beats and they rapping. Then all of a sudden, the nigga in the studio, nigga, now they singing to each other and on this moist shit. Like, man, what are y'all doing? And this is what you have to do to get on TV. And I noticed that a lot. And that's why I'm like, this is why it's called Order Out of Chaos. We gonna start something over here, so don't nobody pay attention to what the fuck is going on. Y'all notice, ain't nobody even paying attention to Nipsey Hussle's killer's trial. Nobody's really paying attention to that, because this is what the courts do. They'll just keep delaying it and keep delaying it and keep delaying it. Then you forget about it. Just like Ghislaine Maxwell. Where are all the women at? Where are all these women right bitches at? Y'all want to be talking this women rights bullshit, and now here goes your accuser, Ghislaine Maxwell. I ain't heard no woman come out and say shit about Ghislaine Maxwell. I ain't heard no politicians. I ain't heard no white Jewish people. I ain't heard none of these people in positions of power have said, hey man, what we really need to be doing is making sure people like Ghislaine Maxwell and Jeffrey Epstein stay locked up forever. But they're not going to say that. They're not going to say that. But let me tell you what they are going to say. They're going to have Janice Dickinson commit and perjure herself and have all these women lie to the court of public opinion and in the courts so they can get Bill Cosby, because Bill Cosby don't want to sell his house because there's oil under there, or they want to run a oil pipe under there, whatever. I just say, it's like, man, get the fuck out of here. We gotta wake up, man. And the first thing we gotta do is learn how to be on code with each other. Stop getting out these goddamn corporate plantations and acting like a goddamn mammy, and doing the that's what me and David from No Compromise talk about, doing the devil's work. That's what I call it. You just doing the devil, that Gayle King shit, like what she did to Tisha Campbell. The first two people that asked, to ask her questions, they was a beat, and then here she comes. So you've had a lot of issues with the Martin, and you did sue him, and you had issues with your marriage. It's like, hey, bitch, don't tear me down. You're supposed to be lifting me up. That's why Gayle King is in that spot, because she's doing the devil's work. You notice when they have people like that in those positions, they are placed there for a reason. And that's why I was watching, I'm like, when I'm watching this people, I'm like, okay, it's bad enough you got a strip club and you got a moist brother running it. So that doesn't even really make sense. But I liked it because it was showing beautiful women. So I was like, all right, cool, I can watch this. The first season, it was okay. They kept a lot of the moist behavior, they kind of kept it out. But you can kind of tell this season they really pushing that agenda. And what irritates me is that brother that's doing that, I get it, but it's like, I don't get it. Because why you just can't be the rap star that's fucking hoes, that's just fucking bitches? Why you gotta do all that? And like, why? And what story and narrative did y'all get this from down south? And if I was a Southerner, I'd be pissed and be like, I don't appreciate y'all portraying the South like that. We ain't all doing that. You know what I mean? And it's like, we have to do a better job of calling out the debauchery. You know what I'm saying? We gotta do a better job of that too. Cause I was like, hey man, I don't like this shit. Even on Power, I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? So can't nothing be on TV without this shit? Like, man, what the fuck? Then you got the cartoons, then you watch Eternals, and the brother from Atlanta, now he gotta have a kitchen. It's like, damn, nigga, that's really what you gotta do in the name of acting? Because that's what they do. But you notice, they don't want you making movies like the Nat Turner movie where you killing white folk. Get Out. You notice ever since Jordan Peele has made Get Out, He ain't made not near movie that is basically exposing white folk like that. Now every movie he making, they alright, but it ain't Get Out. Cause he caught them by surprise. It was a psychological movie as well. But you notice they don't do that too much at all. When's the last time you saw a real film where black folk just straight killing white people and restoring justice? No, they not doing that. You see what I'm saying? I even, when I looked at it, I said, I'm saying, okay, well, I would almost have rather them made a black man on there, him the angry, maybe aggressive, abusive black man, and why don't you make one of them white dudes that's on the show? Why don't you let him wear the banner for the moist shit? Why does the brother got to do that? The main attraction of the show, he got to be doing all that? Like, nah, man. Y'all pushing agenda, and them motherfuckers who wrote that shit, you out of line. And the only part I liked about it was when the main girl, I like that part. The main girl, she's got this dude, he paid, she like the side bitch or whatever, and he paid for it, and he got his wife, and like, I like that understanding, because that was a real understanding. That really probably happens. Niggas that got real money and got their shit tight, they have no, what a bitch gonna tell them? Then nigga, they got bread. So I like that part about the show. Oh, what was her name? That's the sister's name, but very beautiful sister. God damn, her body is, Jesus Christ. Every time she come on the screen, I just be like, God damn, that's, Jesus was out of line when he made her. Just a beautiful sister. Chocolate, just beautiful. All them sisters on there, except the lady from England with the divestment wig on. I'm like, God damn, they need to change her wig. But a lot of those sisters just beautiful looking sisters, naturally beautiful. I'm like, God damn, And I like that part because they had a brother on there, and the main one. Like I said, this nigga was kind of like take care of her. He fuck her, he do his thing with her, and then he got his, his main woman or whatever. But there was an understanding. And what I noticed about that, they didn't focus on that understanding. It almost reminded me of Shorty Lowe's All My Baby Mamas. See, they didn't want that on TV because it wasn't going to be no ratchet, no fighting. All his baby mothers got along. So they didn't want that on TV. So they boycotted that. But they'll have sister wives on there. See, y'all need to understand the narrative. See, they only want you to portray the dominant society in this light world. They can have all the multiple bitches and they can do all that, while they have black women fighting niggas every day about, you gotta be with one woman. But hey, what's going on, Squirrel? Yeah, hell yeah, she guilty. You gotta look at all these narratives. You got R. Kelly, who they've drained his money dry. They've put everything out in the court of public opinion, all his personal business. But Ghislaine Maxwell, nobody even really knows what the fuck going on with this bitch. We just know she had a trial, she was found guilty, and she got 20 years. She should have got 60. They should have gave her life just to make an example, but why would they? And then they try to keep the documents sealed and all this other shit. Y'all gotta understand how they betraying us versus how they betray them. They portray them very different than how they do us, even in the films. You know what I mean? You watch it, you look at it, you like, wow. And then they trying to push this, like, women's empowerment, and then sisters. This is just a message to sisters and women, period. Look, man, don't get the game fucked up. You better go watch Aaron Russo's Fascism of America. Women's liberation was not about women's empowerment. It was about getting y'all away from y'all children. And so they can tax you and get the children indoctrinated early. Stop fancying yourself, and all you look, and all the women out there, look, why you Roe v. versus Wade, all this bullshit, and Ghislaine Maxwell was sex trafficking. Now, where's all this energy that we have for R. Kelly? Where's the energy for Ghislaine Maxwell? Tyrannosaurus Burke, you King Koopa alligator skin looking bitch. Where the fuck is all this energy for you? That's what I understand. Why you ain't got the same energy that you have for R. Kelly? You know why? Because R. Kelly, that was a target. He was targeted by the system of racism, white supremacy. And now that they know they can't really make any more money off of him, fuck it, go after him. We'll even give you the money to go after him. And then they used people's emotions, people's raw emotions. There were people that was on that documentary that docuseries that really had issues with R. Kelly, personal issues. And what they did was they used those personal issues to put him out there. Now, why isn't anybody talking about Ghislaine Maxwell? Thank you. Free R. Kelly. Screwhead, you know, you've been listening to me for a minute. Erica, Shawnee, all y'all. Nigga, I stay talking about Ghislaine Maxwell. Stay talking about it. Niggas can never front on me. Bitch only got 20 years. 20, so you gonna give her 20 years. We don't know what the fuck is going on with the trial. It's not publicly authenticated where we can see it. You're not putting out none of her personal business or what she was doing. They tried to seal the court documents so nobody can know what was going on. But R. Kelly shit was some federal shit too. And they had his doctor in there telling all his personal business. It's like, hey, man. And then no black person was like, hey, man, y'all doing too much. Okay, what he did was wrong. I don't condone that. But then y'all need to do it for all them motherfuckers too. And this is what I've been saying the whole time. They don't do it for everybody else. They just like, I'm telling you, go watch the first series of P Valley and then go watch the new one. You're going to be like, what the fuck are they doing? First of all, you're going to be like, why they got this moist motherfucker running the strip club? This is weird. He should be a friend or a family to the owner of the strip club, but him? So, okay, whatever. I'll look past that. And then when they had the white guy on there being abusive, I was like, okay, good. This is a whole nother message. So they had a great message on there. You know what I mean? A great message on there. And then all of a sudden, doing the same for rappers, Young Thug and Gunna. Exactly. That's why I have issue with people. Look, man, we cannot go on public platforms and be like, oh, well, if you name yourself Gunna or Young Thug, that's what they're going to do. We can't. That's dominant society talking points. Stop saying that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. When's the last time you heard a white dominant society Jewish person come out and say something about a white dominant society Jewish person? Even if they're wrong. How many white Jewish people came out and talked shit about Harvey Weinstein? None. You still don't even know what the fuck is going on with Harvey Weinstein. But black folk, we quick to come out and publicly shame them up. And I get it, because a lot of times black folk be fucking, as the young people say, capping. And a lot of times black folk be fucking, adding extras and mammying and cooning and Sanborn. But we gotta wake up, man. Stay in your own lane. Stop judging a person by what they have and judge them by what the fuck they doing. They can have all the materials in the world, but if they not doing nothing to replace the system and helping out people and trying to establish a system of justice, they just another nigga with a whole bunch of white man's toys. And there's nothing wrong with you wanting white man's toys. You want a nice car, you want a nice house. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But there's a fine line between I'm just gonna devote all my time to materials and I ain't fucking with nobody. And two, you can only help the willing. Y'all niggas that don't want to listen, stay the fuck away from me. Niggas that want to sit around the house all day, that want to get their asses up and go to fucking work and handle business. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. You like, when you talk, nigga, I've been at the corporate plantation. Niggas out here that know me, you better ask Nuke. Shout out to Nuke. Nigga, I've been at that motherfucker. I hate it every day. Y'all think I'm just on here for shits and giggles? For real. You're not even gonna understand somebody's lifestyle if they just sitting around the house all day, ain't doing and making no good use of their time. And they got 24 hours in a day. All they doing is making good hater use of their time so they can find a way to hate on the next motherfucker. Remember, are you a congratulator or are you a hater? It's very easy to hate, but it's hard to congratulate because it's a self-reflection of who you are. You know what I'm saying? So if you can congratulate a person, when's the last time you told somebody, hey man, that's a nice car, man? Watch their reaction. I do it all the time. Hey brother, that's a nice ride. Motherfucker be like, they don't even know what to say. But you gotta, hey brother, that's a nice ride. And that's it. You don't try to come and be, hey man, where you get it at? No, nah. Let a motherfucker know, man, that hey, I notice your hard work. See, materials is supposed to show your hard work. Materials is not supposed to show a person that you got it like that. That's what it's meant to show. Like, oh, this is my hard work and dedication. But what we do is, perception is people's reality. So we see a nigga that got the materials and all of a sudden, oh, he got it. Well, let me hit him for some money. Then when a nigga tell you, fuck that nigga. That nigga, man, that nigga, I remember when the nigga ain't had shit. They all of a sudden he want to give me nothing. Well, nigga, it ain't yours for him to give it to you. All right, man. Y'all know what it is. Hey, man, that is my time. It's Screwhead, you know I got nothing but love for you, Shawnee, Eric, Tasha, Mariah, Miss Tanya, LaTanya. You already know what it is, man. I got nothing but love and respect for everybody, man. What else was I watching? What else did I watch? I even watched the Magic Johnson documentary. It was good till they had Fauci on there, and I was like, next. I ain't want to watch this motherfucker. Let me see what else that I've been. I'm still reading my book, The Kidnapping Club in New York. Them motherfuckers is cold. Very good book. Cause I like to watch things. Let me see. No, I haven't really watched nothing important. But I'm gonna sign off with this. All you motherfuckers that don't want reparations, I'm gonna liken it to the Marvel movie when you watch the Loki series and he gets scooped up by the Time Variance Administration or whatever. No, the Time Variance Authority. And if you watch the Marvel series, they gotta get the Infinity Stones. See, because that's what mammies and coons and sambos. See, mammy and coons and sambos, they need white people around to validate them so they can keep their little fictitious position that they have. That's their Infinity Stone. So when you see a mammy or a coon or a sambo, remember Warren told you, yeah, they got an Infinity Stone, right? But let me tell you something. After the Infinity Stones, when Loki went to go see, he didn't went to go see when the Time Variance Authority got his ass, and he thought he was gonna use his powers, and they like, nigga, we're the Time Variant Authority. We can slow down time and snatch you the fuck up. You don't have no power here. You ain't got no power here. And he didn't realize that until he was walking through the hall of the Time Variant Authority, and like I told y'all before, he opened the drawer, all the Infinity Stones was in the drawer just sitting there like candy. And basically the motherfuckers look like, oh, you want an Infinity Stone? Go ahead. You can take as many as you want. Cause they don't mean shit here, motherfucker. Matter of fact, they don't mean shit, period. They mean shit to y'all motherfuckers. Nigga, we don't give a fuck about no Infinity Stones. That's why we got them in the drawer. We ain't gotta have them locked and boxed up. Go watch that shit. It blew my mind. Just like the Merovingian said, man, choice. Nigga, choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. Well, what does that mean, Warren? That means this. Who's putting the food on the shelves in the grocery stores? How do you even know it's GMO or non-GMO? Oh, just because they said they gonna put a stamp on it? Well, nigga, you can do that at your house. Who's Frito-Lay? So, are you at that motherfucking manufacturer watching them put them chips together? Who's putting the tires on the shelves at Discount Tire and Goodyear? You don't know, because you haven't thought that deeply. The motherfuckers that are in charge of putting the food on the shelves, you don't know what, they probably not eating 95% of the shit they putting on the shelves for niggas like us. Because niggas that got real power, they not fucking with none of that shit. So remember, when you think, oh, well, I got a choice. Yeah, right. Yeah, choice is an illusion between those with power and those without. That is my time. I'm out. I got nothing but love for y'all. If you're out there soft shoeing Sambo and the Coonin, you already know what my saying is. Guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.